If there's an use of firearm, ABCD should be done.
Yeah.
If somebody is injured, ABCD should be done. When the guns were issued and the bullets were issued, were the serial numbers taken?
Yeah.
Do they know who was issued with what? And when the guns were returned, what had been utilized in the ammunition? And what were the consequences? Were there any reports about the deaths? Have the inquests been set up? So we have got a command responsibility. We can establish the commanders. Let them tell us what happened. And the command unit goes down to the street level. So when there's an injury in an area, there's a commander there who is responsible for that. So what was the command structure? And what has been taken in terms of accountability? So to say that there are no witnesses coming forward, witnesses should be called to collaborate a position, not to make reports.
Okay. I mean, as we wind down on this issue on this justice for those who lost their lives and by extension their families, figures have been thrown here and there. Just from your earlier remarks, we already looking at a number well over 90s going in their 200s, as you've alluded to. But let's just again circle back. On the 26th of June, Ruto came out and said there were 6, right? Later on, he said there were 24. Fast forward to his tour, just the recently concluded one in the coastal region, the residents there said there were 42. And of course, you, based on your own investigations, you have your same numbers. Now, when you're looking at this whole conversation around who has been affected directly and who was shot, there's a lot of information flying around. And I'm not trying to be the devil's advocate right here, but one argument that has been poised with regards to this conversation we're having is that why are we not necessarily having the families of those people who have been affected come out and say, we are not seeing A, B, and C. We are not having a family member back home. We've not seen him for this duration amount of time. We just have figures flying around, everybody saying, I'm right, I'm right. How do you answer to those people who've said, or the government who keeps on reiterating that, why are we not seeing the families come out?
You see, the problem is that you assume that everybody has a return address every day.
Yeah.
There are people who have come to this town, they are not in contact with their families at home. People don't know what is happening. Why have you saw the other day bodies being found?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask that question?
Yeah.
The bodies are there, people have been killed. Have you seen the families looking for these people? The way people are looking and living in this town, some hand to mouth, the poverty has decimated family relations.
Yeah.
People don't even have enough money to buy airtime of 5 shillings to make a call. This is the reality of Kenya. So people are just on their own. So people could be dead and the family doesn't know.
Okay.
So that could not be a premise for saying not that. Say the other day, you media reported, I think yesterday, more bodies have been found.
Yes.
Now we begin looking at people who had come up with a theory that the police, when they raided Githurai, they had a mobile morgue of a container, a frozen, refrigerated container, which they are putting in the bodies and then going to dispose. So the story of these bodies has not been told. But what we want to do is, can we know the bullets that were issued and how they were used?
Okay.
And what was the accountability for that?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that is very important for the riots, there's a very clear procedure for using firearms. The commander would always draw the attention of the demonstrators in the case that the firearms are necessary to be used. You draw a red line and say, if you cross this line, then you're going to do firearms.
Firearms, yeah.
Then the warning shots, if it's crossed, warning shots are made. And then when the shooting is not shooting to kill, is shooting to disable.
Okay.
Yeah, you can shoot somebody in the leg, or something like that if it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
But when you are shooting people in the back who are running away, people are doing whatever, I don't think that's acceptable. So this thing of police accountability is something that we must take up, and it goes to the way the Inspector General of Police is appointed. You remember in 2014, through the Security Laws Amendment Act of 2014, they amended the Police Act to remove the requirement for the Inspector General to be and the Director of CID to be recruited competitively. Right now, the President handpicks who becomes the DCI, who becomes the IG. And that's how the police now becomes a militia for the president.
Okay.
We need to restore that so that the independence of the police is restored. But even before we do that, what happened on the 25th and in subsequent days, the abductions are going on. Some people don't know whether damn people have been abducted.
Okay.
So we must get accountability, and we are not going to have this thing to be covered up by the DPP, the DCI, or whoever. If they don't bring it, there are other mechanisms that have to be taken to ensure that what happened on 25th does not happen again.
All right.
Kenya is a republic. Kenya is not a kiosk.
Okay. Well, just hold your thought on that accountability. Of course, when you get back from the break that we're just about to take, we also quickly touch on the issue on Adani Airport Holdings as we wind down on the conversation on the Kenya that we want. Stick around.